Hey everybody, my name is Rydo, and today we are starting a series for the Telltale game, The Walking Dead. The game that really put Telltale on its current path to be a much larger and ambitious game making company. Uh, a game producing company? I don't know how you'd say it. Anyways, uh, in the timeline uh, of recording this, I have done the Jurassic Park series. I have done most of the Game of Thrones series and most of the Tales from the Borderlands series. Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands are the two newest offerings in this style, and both of them still have a couple of episodes still to be released because these games pretty much starting with The Walking Dead became episodic in a different way than how they were episodic before. Because there were a couple of games made by Telltale that were episodic before, but the gameplay style was slightly different, the length was different. When I first got in on this program, uh, the graphics, as we go over it, weren't at the highest they could have been, but they weren't terribly low either. You do have to adjust your resolution. I always do 1080p. Everything as far as the quality and everything was the same as you see it here. Uh, but there were a little bit of black bars on the edge. I don't know why they do that, but I will give them points for brightness actually being in the graphics setting, which is very strange since this is an older game and their two newer games all put the brightness in the audio slash video settings. So the menus in the other games say audio slash video here, and then you will have the volumes, and then it would have subtitles and brightness, which really made no sense. I don't know why they changed what happened there. Gameplay, subtitles are hidden now under gameplay. Eh, it's as long as it's there, I don't really matter. And I turned on the show controller buttons. I think that will be fine. Controls are through a gamepad. Uh, Actions will pop up on the screen. You will hit the key that matches the action. The start button pauses, the left stick moves the character, the right stick moves the reticle, and apparently you can do some actions in with the D-pad. Uh, so not very descriptive, but that's because everything is kind of relative to the event now. If you haven't seen any gameplay uh, of Telltale games before, Uh, it is almost all story based. The decisions we make in our dialogue are going to have somewhat of an impact on the story. Uh, in fact, the impact on the story on The Walking Dead is pretty big. I've played almost the complete this complete game and then got busy, so I won't actually even know the DLC that I have on it or the last couple of episodes, so this will be new to me. And I haven't played in a while, so I don't really remember that much. The Walking Dead, of course, is based on the comic book series The Walking Dead, which they made a TV series in the same vein of The Walking Dead. The good news is you really don't need to read the comic book and you really don't need to watch the series. There will be one character that shows up for a short time in this game that kind of crosses over to the TV series, but that's it, and it doesn't really matter. And of course, this is a game about surviving the zombie apocalypse. So that's enough talking for now. Let's jump into the game. Uh, I don't know if I can really the um, give this game points for not trying to force me to give the email like the new versions because they just hadn't thought of it yet. the two newest ones, the Game of Thrones series and Tales from Borderlands, both of which are good games, and you should go check out my series of those two. Uh, After each episode, definitely asked you to give the email to Telltale. And so, first major choice, and this might be the most impactful choice in the game. Do you want the standard user interface where you'll have dots to interact, or you don't have dots to interact? Uh, Also, it seems like you don't get the feedback at the top left when you are on minimal. Yeah, I would definitely not choose minimal. That was an option in the new game, standard and minimal, and I kept thinking to myself, what could minimal possibly mean? And I guess it gets explained here in this game and not in any other. Uh, we'll definitely want to see the feedback from our decisions. Uh, so we'll play standard. We are starting with episode 1. I will break up uh, the episodes. So there will be several of my episodes for episode 1, and then we'll start episode 2 and several more of my episodes for their episode 2. So it'll probably be a dozen or more of my episodes to do their 5 episodes, because they're not super short enough to you would do one long video of them. Alright, so episode 1, A New Day, here we begin. The game series adapts to the choices you make. The story is tailored to how you play. I never really figured out exactly what they mean by tailored. It usually just game overs you if you play bad enough. Doesn't make it easier. But a lot of times if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. You end up in the same place either way. A lot of times in your dialogue choices too, it doesn't matter. You end up in the same point either way. Each episode is written by a different writer, which is sort of unique in a video game. And they have a tendency to use this comic book heavy lined CG.
Well, I reckon you didn't do it then.
So you silence as a option, but I can just not press anything. Silence is a valid option.
Nope, definitely not. You know, I've driven a bunch of fellas down to this prison. Lord knows how many. Usually it's about now I get the, I didn't do it.
So notice that the options changed when I hit the controller.
But you don't talk too much, do you?
I don't know if I did it or not. I don't even know what I was charged with. And I have foreknowledge, so I know, at least this part, that it really doesn't matter if I talk, what I say to him, other than
the case a little bit. You being a Macon boy and all.
Establishing stuff.
You've got an opinion then?
Wouldn't say that. I go in for that innocent till proven guilty thing, even considering who they say you killed.
So we don't know if I'm a murderer or not. I guess I want to answer and say I am innocent.
I got a nephew up at UGA. You teach there long?
Going on my 6th year.
You meet your wife in Athens?
I wonder,
you wanna know how I see it?
If
Sure.
If you talk to somebody in a police car like this, it could be used as evidence against you. I almost certainly would be.
Could be you just married the wrong woman.
So we're looking around, trying to find things to click on. We're seeing police are flying the other way, towards that city.
Any of that seem important to you?
All of it. But that box never shuts up. Sit in this seat and pay too much attention and you'll drive yourself crazy. I'm driving this man once. He was the worst one. He wouldn't stop going on about how he didn't do it. He was an older fella, big soft eyes behind a pair of smart folk glasses. And he just wailing back there. Says it wasn't him.
Look at these houses.
Crying and snotting all over right where you're sitting.
Officers are available for incoming 216.
That's gross.
Then before long, he starts kicking the back of the seat like a fussy baby on an airplane. And I tell him he's got to stop, but that's government property, and I'll be forced to zap him otherwise. So
So is this what they give old police as jobs?
Crying out for his
They have
mama.
them drive people to the
Mama,
prison?
it's all a big mistake. It wasn't me.
Damn.
Man, not even close.
I like these
Caught
houses.
The fucker red-handed, stabbing his wife, cutting her up as the boys came through the door. He sits in my car screaming bloody murder
Service
that it
road,
wasn't
10
him.
miles,
I think he actually believed it himself.
55, I-53,
It goes to
153.
show, people will up and go mad when they believe their life is over.
Might be helpful
I
to
got
keep our
another
eyes
good
on the
one for
road.
you. This
Figure
one's a
out
bit
where we're
less
gonna be.
depressing and a bit more hilarious if I do say so. This other town.
They tend to put jails really far out in the woods. So, if you know where you are, it might be easier to escape if you know which direction, north and such. Of course, I don't look like I'm gonna make it to jail. But I think soon I'm gonna find out I would have been better off there.
Oh, shit. Thirsty. Ah, fuck. My leg.
Okay, so there's a guy there.
Hey! Hey, officer! Are you alright? I'm still cuffed back here!
Shotgun.
Why the hell did he have his gun out?
Window. We'll just kick the window. Why not? Destroy some government property. I bet the police would likely tell you that you
I
should have
need
waited.
to drag myself out that window.
So,
I need to drag myself out that window.
so we're moving towards the window. Often you would tap a button to interact that way in newer versions of this game. I'm not sure I particularly prefer that, actually. Take that shotgun and tie it around your leg. Tie something around it as a splint. Is there anything in the trunk? Can we get the trunk open? Alright, let's pick up the shotgun. Use that as...
Looks empty. It'll be easier to carry with these cuffs off.
Shotgun shell. Well, gee. So we go back and get the shotgun.
Looks empty.
A little repetitive there.
It'll be easier to carry with these cuffs off.
Alright, so we can assess the situation. It is not good. Let's go
Officer?
walk up to him. Oh, this is kind of a little bit more free as far as walking near things.
God damn.
Gotta walk specifically to the point, close enough. And then we'll unlock this.
Shit.
Either the guy's dead or not. If he's dead, don't worry about it. If he isn't. Let's see, can I go back? Nope, I'm stuck in this animation.
Officer?
Holy shit!
We're walking backwards.
Get away from me!
Taking the shotgun. Loading it. Oops. Gosh, I'm such butterfingers. Hurry up, load it.
Don't make me do this!
And are we ready? Aim for the head. Oh, he's barely even moving. So can we get to his keys, check the trunk, get some more bullets?
His skin's all rotten and he smells like shit. What the hell is this?
That's your standard zombie apocalypse. The thing is, in the Walking Dead series too,
Are you dead?
Hey! Are you dead?
it's a alternate universe to our own, where zombie movies never existed. So that's why they don't ever use the phrase zombie, and they've never seen any of these things, and all of that. What am I supposed to do? I'm pushing forward, back, left, right. I can't look at this guy anymore. I can't go any further this way. Oh, it's way back there. Wow. Okay, you gotta make it a little bit more apparent. Just sitting there.
Help! Go get someone! There's been a shooting!
Like I was just stuck in that scene. Was I supposed to just sit there and look around? Wow. Compared to a lot of the other Telltale games, that scene was perfect in the fact that it had no quick time events at all. Now, any action scene running from the zombies here would have been tapping the A button at least 50 times, then hitting the B button to climb over the ladder. Maybe having me swipe right to get out of the way of one zombie, swipe left to get out of the way of the another one.
Anybody?
And every single time we have been in that situation, in other games, I have not really fully enjoyed it. I would much rather have just seen uh, a cutscene like I just saw. I I like that they started off that way. I don't like that they got
Help!
away from that.
I'd fill one of those teacups with some bourbon if I could. No ladder. I'm not getting up there anyway. This leg the way it is.
Anybody up there?
Okay, so foreknowledge, spoilers. We're gonna meet a character, and frankly,
Somebody! Yell if you can hear me!
she's gonna be the most important character in the game, and we are going to act very protective of her uh, throughout the rest of this season, all 5 episodes. Uh,
I wonder
and
if anybody's home.
pretty much, regardless of which decisions you make, you're going to end up taking care of this character.
Hello?
Uh,
Anybody home?
No real option
Need a
to
little help.
not be protective of him. Alright, open the door with the B button. Again, no quick time.
Coming in. Don't shoot, okay?
I don't think they probably even had the capability, and that's why they didn't have them.
Hello?
Telltale
Not
really
an
started
intruder. Or one of them.
as mostly making poker games
These people might need more help than I do.
and adventure games. And this definitely feels more adventure-y. So look at the pool of blood.
Jesus.
It's Jesus in the pool of blood, apparently. Oh, come on. Ridiculous. What kind of idiot? He just looked at it.
That's a Savannah area code. But that's the type of note you'd leave a babysitter.
Open the drawer. Now we got a walkie-talkie. Let's see.
What's that beeping?
It's voicemail. That's a little weird now to have an answering machine in 2015 when I'm recording this. I guess we're looking for something to help our, well, he said he was thirsty. Man, you just drank that without even looking. How do you know that you get turned into them? But yeah, it's real weird that anybody would have a voice message. Even a landline is pretty weird. Okay. Not getting a lot of options to pick up things, and when we do want to pick something up, we're just picking it up because
Furniture overturned.
by
blood
automatically.
everywhere. Jesus.
Just walk over here.
Cable's out.
Cable's out.
There are 3 new messages.
I like when they do these 3D areas that basically it's a flat area where you're walking left and right, but it curves as you're walking, pressing left and right. Makes it feel more realistic.
Maybe there's something on there.
Alright.
3 new messages. Message 1, left at 5:43 p.m.
Hey, Sandra. This is Diana. We're still in Savannah. Ed had a little incident with some crazy guy near the hotel, so we had to get him back to the ER and have it checked out. Anyway, he's not feeling well enough to drive back tonight, so we're staying an extra day. Thanks so much for looking after Clementine, and I promise we'll be back in time before your spring break.
Message 2, left at 11:19 p.m.
Oh my God, finally. I don't know if you tried to reach us. All the calls are getting dropped. They're not letting us leave and aren't telling us anything about Atlanta. Please, just leave the city and take Clementine with you back to Marietta. I've got to get back to the hospital. Please let me know that you're safe.
Message 3, left at 6:51 a.m.
Clementine, baby. If you can hear this, call the police. That's 911. We love you. We love you. We love you. Daddy?
Huh? Hello?
You need to be quiet. Hello? Did they get you?
I'm sorry. I'm here.
Oops, I was trying to be quiet.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. They tried
She
to get
wonders why you're not
me, but
talking.
I'm hiding until my parents come home.
What's your name?
I'm Clementine. This is my house.
Hi, Clementine. I'm Lee. How old are you?
8.
And you're all alone?
Yes. I don't know where anybody is. How old are you?
I'm, 37.
Okay.
You don't look very good for 37.
Where are your parents?
They took a trip and left me with Sandra. They're in Savannah, I think. Where the boats are?
Are you safe?
I'm outside in my treehouse. They can't get in.
That's smart.
See? Can you see me? I can see you through the window.
Okay, so here's our quick time event. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, come on, you. Slips in blood twice, knowing it's there. I don't think Lee's very smart. Well, apparently, 1 is not the appropriate number of times you should bash a zombie in the head with a hammer. Okay, uh, so that's our first episode. There we will start very close to where we are. We're in a quick time event thing that really feels like it should have a quick time event, though. We're fighting off our first zombie. Well, our second zombie, I guess, technically. Uh, and so, yeah, we do have to really struggle and push the buttons, and that feels correlated to the actual actions. So, definitely want to hammer home the thought. Running from the zombies can be a cutscene. That's fine. Everybody's run in their life. Probably not that many people have jumped over a fence, but they could figure out or imagine it. But when it's a real struggle, when there's really conflict here, I I'm all right with having interactivity and quick time events. I don't particularly like that you die because that really doesn't ends the story, makes you go back in the story and kind of retcon what happened. I would much rather if they could eventually figure out just to make the story always go forward. So if you uh, don't hit her in the head enough times like this, she would still die. But then when things like that happens, I often complain because it totally feels like no matter what you did, you didn't have really affect the story. Um, so we found Clementine, who we're going to be very protective of, like you can see why, as an 8-year-old little girl, and we're going to take care of her for the rest of the story. What else? What else? Yep. I guess that's pretty much it. This is about how long I want episodes to go. I end all my episodes the same way. I ask you to like my video. I ask you to share it with your friends. I ask you to subscribe to my channel. I ask you to comment if you want to. And I ask you to watch every second of my videos because all of that stuff helps me with YouTube. I'm a very new YouTuber and I can use all the support uh, you can give me. Uh, One way you can actually financially support me is by clicking on my name, Rydo. That takes you to my main YouTube page. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. If you click that and make a donation, I'd be greatly appreciative. Also on my main YouTube page is a playlist tab. Click that. Look at all the playlists I have for all the games I've done or am doing right now. There is a lot of them. Over 1,000 videos have already been uploaded. I work really hard on this. Uh, I release new videos every Monday through Friday. Uh, so come back, but also subscribe. Also, it's helpful in a secondary way if you follow and friend me on the social media sites that you happen to have an account, whether you're active on them or not. So there are links down below for Google Plus and Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook, and you can friend me on Steam and you can friend me on Battle.net. Uh, so click on all those links, friend me on those services too. That's helpful to spread my message, my brand, and spread my brand, not my message. I'm not a preacher here, uh, although sometimes I may be accused of preaching. Uh, but it helps. It helps to have more viewers and followers. Thank you for watching this, and have a good evening. Come back next time.